profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to introduce our guest speakers, Darshita S. Pathak. The qualification is Emmy Gold medalist and right now pursuing PhD in computer engineering. And the graduation from BBP Engineering College. Now currently work as a assistant professor in ABPTI Rajkot. In our field, the research paper is very important, and ma'am published two research papers in IEEE and Springer conference. So a very huge achievement,
Thank
and they're having more than 10 plus paper in international and national conference. So, ma'am, classic work you have done.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's all yours, ma'am. You can start.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much, first of all, Paru University, Jalpa Madam and Amir Sir for providing such a nice platform to introduce a new revolution of the research topic, and that is the music information retrieval. Okay. Currently, I am working as a sir has introduced me that I am doing a PhD, and my PhD topic is also in the music information retrieval. So first of all, we will start ahead with the what is the music information retrieval, like its introduction, then the various fields that are interconnected with the MIR. We will shortly use MIR, that is to be known as music information retrieval. Okay, students. Next, we will see applications of MIR, and then after we will introduce some of the capturing, or we can say a retrieval processing of the music by using Java as a platform and some of the very important libraries of Java, that is Apache Tika and JSON. How it will be done, how it will be included in your projects, and how you will fetch it out with using simple programming language with the interface of Java, we will see in today's session. So let me just give you a quick revision about what is the information retrieval. Information retrieval is nothing but just an activity of obtaining information, resources relevant to any information that requires a searching based on metadata or a full text. You are very familiar with the search engine that is to be known as a Google, right? So Google itself is our God, or we can say our first hand whenever we are searching any element on internet. So what does the Google do? Google simply just search it out, your keyword based. So if you are typing, say for example, Swag says Swagat, so it will search it out all the libraries, all the website that are containing this keywords that is to be known as Swag says Swagat. If you are searching ahead with any Hindi or a Gujarati word, it will also search it out through its metadata information or the full text. So this field of the research, or we can say in an application base, this information retrieval is a wide area. It will contain the multimedia IR, medical IR, adversarial IR, and social media. Like social media, if you are taking an example of a Facebook, you are typing Darshita Pathak in a search box. So what it will do? It will find it out the Darshita Pathak matching profiles. So this is a keyword based searching, or we can say a keyword based information retrieval. Information is one of the organized data, right? You are having many collection of data, but in exam also, what you are doing, you are taking some of the examples of the bright students as an information that they have maintained, and that is the organized data. If they are giving you a simple 10 or 15 questions that are those important, so what is that? You are getting the information from the top bright students and you are using this one. So this information retrieval is nothing but an organized kind of a data. Now we will see a multimedia IR, and that is to be known as one of the primer or premier IR, that is the multimedia with the music. You will go any ahead if you are listening to Spotify songs, if you are listening, or if you are doing listening of the Radio Mirchi, you are seeing Doordarshan, that is the television. If you are going ahead with the spiritual, if you are going ahead with the YouTube, and YouTube now with the YouTube music, if you are searching the 9XM, that all are the various kinds of the music channels that we are seeing. But everywhere, every part, if you are familiar with them, then you will see there is a music. Music सब जगह पे है. अगर हम देखेंगे कमर्शियलाइजेशन ह्यूमन लाइफ में भी, रियल टाइम एप्लीकेशन में भी, अगर आप देखेंगे मैं आपके साथ बातचीत कर रही हूँ तो दैट इज ऑल्सो अ काइंड ऑफ अ वर्ड बेस्ड म्यूजिक. If you are listening any kind of a song, that is to be a word with the background music. That background music is nothing but the combination of various musical instruments, so that is to be known as a human life. Even though nowadays what we are seeing, Spotify giving you, or providing you a genre based classification, like if you are doing a workout, if you are going to the gym, if your mood is calm, if you are going to the dance party, you are seeing the advertisement of them, like Anil Kapoor is doing some kind of a party ahead, then her daughter will suggest that, his daughter will suggest that, dad play the party songs. So that kind of a classifications is nowadays done with the MIR research, राइट. सो आप कहीं पे भी जाएंगे, अगर किसी के वेडिंग फंक्शन में जाएंगे, किसी के फ्यूनरल में जाएंगे, किसी की बर्थडे पार्टी में जाएंगे, आप सभी जगह पे, इवन दो इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी, आध्यात्मिकता में भी आप देखेंगे कि म्यूजिक का एक रोल है, एक मेन पार्ट है जो आपके इन्फ्लुएंस पे आता है. अगर साइकोलॉजी की बात करें, अगर आपका मूड अच्छा है, अगर आज बारिश होगी तो आप वेरी वेल काम सुनेंगे. अगर आप किसी वेडिंग पार्टी में जाएंगे, डांस करेंगे, तो वेरी वेल आप बादशाह के सॉन्ग, हनी सिंह के सॉन्ग, ऐसे सॉन्ग सुनेंगे, राइट. सो ह्यूमन लाइफ इज वेरी वेल dealt with the music information retrieval, right? Now what the impact is done on our users? As a users, primarily we are listening to Hindi songs, right? अगर आप कई जगह पे जाएंगे, इंडिया में कई प्रदेश के प्रांत है, आप देखेंगे, लेकिन सभी जगह पे नॉर्मलाइज्ड फॉर्म लैंग्वेज जो है हमारी मातृभाषा हिंदी का, हम प्रीडोमिनेंटली ट्रांसलेटेड इनटू रोमन स्क्रिप्ट, यानी कि अगर आप किसी वर्ड को कहेंगे मैं, तो इट विल बी ट्रांसलेटेड इनटू द रोमन स्क्रिप्ट, दैट इज ME और MEI. मैं ऐसे कई जगह पे हम लोग रोमनाइज्ड स्क्रिप्ट देखेंगे. अगर आप देखेंगे टुकुर टुकुर, सो इट विल बी लाइक TUKUR. That is a romanized script that we are normally fetching out into the any musical application. कई जगह पे अभी तो हिंदी में भी आ रहे हैं, हिंदी स्क्रिप्ट में भी आ रहे हैं, लेकिन predominantly we are seeing the romanized script, that is to be known as a romanized script. Second, earlier that I have talked about you is about the mood. People, most of the use or choose to listen to the different music based on their mood and the situations. Third thing is that data. डिजिटल म्यूजिक लाइब्रेरीज, अगर मेरे को पसंद है किशोर कुमार के सॉन्ग, अगर मेरे को पसंद है श्रेया घोषाल के सॉन्ग, तो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली इन माय म्यूजिक लाइब्रेरी देयर विल बी अ डेटा ऑफ द कलेक्शन ऑफ माय फेवरेट आर्टिस्ट. फोर्थ थिंग इज दैट मार्केट ऑटोमेशन टू रिमूव द ह्यूमन बायस. अगर हम किसी जगह पे जाएंगे तो हम कभी शास्त्रीय संगीत, अभी तो दौर चला गया है, लेकिन पहले क्या होता था, अगर किसी वेडिंग फंक्शन में जाएंगे तो वहां पे लाइव म्यूजिक होता था. लेकिन अभी मार्केट आर चेंजिंग, मार्केट आर मूविंग अहेड विद द डिजिटाइजेशन, सो दे आर जस्ट प्लग इन प्ले द म्यूजिक्स. ओके, अगर हम देखेंगे एप्लीकेशन, various kinds of applications are available, and nowadays YouTube now go ahead with the YouTube music. Amazon go ahead with the Amazon music, right? अगर हम हॉटस्टार की बात करेंगे, हॉटस्टार पे भी कई जगह पे प्रीमियम म्यूजिक की एप्लीकेशंस भी प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं. Nowadays Wynk, Gaana are not providing the free music downloaded thing, right? They are charging ahead. So very well applications are nowadays growing with the digital music thing. So this is an impact on user. If we talk about the MIR with our computer engineering field, then this will deal with the three things majoritarily. That is, first is a content, second is a similarity, and third is a psychology. In a content, you are very familiar with the word that is called a metadata. What is the metadata? That is the data about data. If we are seeing for the song, then metadata will be title, artist, lyrics, genre, even though artist, timing. We will see how we will fetch it out this content. Second thing will be a similarity based of the song. This kind of known as a genre based song, like jazz, rock, romantic, classic. हम किसी सॉन्ग को ऐसे भी मूड वाइज भी देख सकते हैं, हैप्पी सॉन्ग, सैड सॉन्ग, काम सॉन्ग. इमोशन बेस्ड सॉन्ग्स आर nowadays playing a vital role in a MIR. How does the emotion is been classified? This emotion is been classified with the two words, that is positive and negative. From last 2 years, these two words are very well popular, positive and negative. So what it will do, a positive song will give you a happy, elated or excited alertness. Like if you are listening to song of Badshah, then most probably you are excited or you are happy feeling. Okay, while as a second thing is a negative part of song, that is a sad, depressed, lethargic, fatigue or tensed kind of song. What it will do, if you are going ahead with the some music of Arijit Singh, then that will provide you this kind of a mood. This is to be known as Russell's complex model. While as another thing that you can see on a left hand side of your screen is Plutchik-Dias model. What it will do? It will find it out love, submission, awe, disapproval, sadness, or anger kind of song. Like if I listening to Aaj Mera Ji Karda, you know the song of Badlapur, right? Then you will find it out this is an anger kind of a song. Okay, even though couples are providing various kind of a negotiation between the lyrics, अगर तुम मुझे ये कह दो, अगर तुम मुझे ये कह दो, ऐसे ऐसे कई टाइप पे लिरिक्स के बेस पे सॉन्ग आते हैं. तो वो क्या बताते हैं हमको? डिस्गस्टिंग एंटिसिपेशन बताते हैं. अगर हम कोई सॉन्ग सुनेंगे जिसके बारे में इश्क वाला लव, तो डेफिनेटली देयर इज अ लव, बट देयर इज अ नॉट काइंड ऑफ अनदर थिंग. By a lyrics you can fetch it out, this is a song of romance. Okay, so by this way music emotion classification is done by the emotion that plays a vital role nowadays in the research. There are various kind of 125 ahead genres in the world, but most probably in India that are folk songs, classic songs, hip hop songs, pop, jazz. Even though you heard it out nowadays, the mixture of remix of the old songs with the new songs that are also playing a major role. Also some kind of a rap based song that are very well done by the pop songs. अगर आप किसी पॉप म्यूजिक सुनेंगे तो वो जनरली रैप सॉन्ग होंगे. हनी सिंह के बारे में बात करें तो कंटिन्यूसली वो सिंगिंग नहीं करता है, बीच बीच में वो ऐसे वर्ड्स, ऐसे ट्रांसर्स लाता है जिसके बारे में आपको पता चले कि ये सॉन्ग किसके बारे में कह रहा है. Okay, so by this way various music genres have been classified. Okay, so how do you will fetch it out this thing? This thing could be fetch it out by audio features. There is a one tool I will introduce to you. By this you can fetch it out this audio features. Majority are timbre, rhythmic, intensity based of future. This all features are containing a various mathematical formulations. Like if I tell you about centroid, you are very well familiar with the RMS, right? Root mean square. रूट मीन स्क्वायर में क्या होता है कि अगर हम किसी चीज का फॉर्मूला डालते हैं तो हमको उसका स्क्वायर रूट फाइंड करते हैं. Even though each and every song, each and every musical instrument are having this kind of a feature, you can fetch or you can retrieve from J Audio tool. Okay, if I told you about one thing, if you are listening a Lata Mangeshkar song or if you are listening to Shreya Ghoshal song, by hearing it you can fetch it out. But how the machine will introduce this generation gap, or how machine will separate out this is a Lata Mangeshkar song or this is a Shreya Ghoshal song, this can be fetch it out through MFCC. MFCC is a male frequency cepstral coefficient. We are having a less much time, but if we are having a good time, we will introduce you all the features about this MFCC. What you have to do, you have to fetch it out Lata Mangeshkar's any songs MFCC, and then you need to compare with the Shreya Ghoshal's MFCC. Now this both MFCC values are been very well captured through J Audio. You can see on the left hand side, this is a frequency, this is a audio frequency, and the last image you can see is a cepstral coefficient. This is one of the example of Lata Mangeshkar's song Arere Arere. So what we have to do, we have to classify this song, or we have to separate out these songs into bunch part, because entire song if you are seeing, हमारा हिंदी song क्या होता है 3-4 मिनट का तो होता है नॉर्मल. So what we have to do, continuously we couldn't find it out the MFCC value. But what we have to do, we have to bunch it out into the 16 parts. Normally अगर हम एग्जाम्पल लेते 4-5 मिनट का हमारा हिंदी सॉन्ग होता है, तो हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा, ये एंटायर 4 मिनट को हमको सेकेंड में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा, और देन आफ्टर इन सेकेंड्स को हमको 16 इक्वली पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करना पड़ेगा. अगर हम 16 पार्ट को इक्वली डिवाइड करते हैं, then each and every cluster, each and every part or each and every subdivision, we have to find this MFCC value. That is nothing but a numerical value. Okay, that will be like around 75, 36. I will show it out a demo. What is the song's MFCC value? Okay, so in that thing, you have to fetch it out this MFCC value of a one singer. Second thing, that will be a Shreya Ghoshal's any song. Again, you have to do the same procedure. Entire song will be divided into 16 part. Then after, you have to compare each and every 16 part with the previous Lata Mangeshkar's song. Okay, as such you are doing, or as such you are getting the values of MFCC of both the singers. Then you are doing a signal processing, and then with the values comparison, you will fetch that this is a particularly Lata Mangeshkar song and this is particularly Shreya Ghoshal's song. Okay, if I say normally a random value, then Shreya Ghoshal's song is a high pitch song, so that MFCC value will be a larger than the Lata Mangeshkar's song definitely, because Lata Mangeshkar की voice अगर हम बात करें तो normally a feminism is larger part. So उसके सॉन्ग में क्या होएगा, उसके सॉन्ग में हमको MFCC की वैल्यू, सेप्स्टर की वैल्यू कम मिलेगी. Okay, so by this way you can compare it out both the singers song. And even though nowadays क्या होता है, अगर हम बात करें किसी गूगल असिस्टेंट की, अगर किसी सीरी की बात करें एप्पल में, तो वो क्या करते हैं, हे गूगल और हे सीरी वी आर टॉकिंग. So what it will do, it will matching your voice with the currently holded recorded voice, right? As such हम बात करते हैं फेस रिकॉग्निशन की, फिंगरप्रिंटिंग की, तो उसमें क्या होता है कि हमारे डेटाबेस का जो ऑलरेडी स्टोर्ड पार्ट होता है उससे कंपैरिजन करते हैं. इवन दो यू कैन कंपेयर इट विद द डिटेक्शन ऑफ जेंडर बेस, ये फीमेल की वॉइस है, ये मेल की वॉइस है. इवन दो हमारी स्पीकिंग लैंग्वेज, अगर हम बात करते हैं गुजराती में, इंग्लिश में, हिंदी में, कन्नड़ में, तो ऐसे भी हम क्लासिफाई कर सकते हैं बेस्ड ऑन दिस वेरियस काइंड्स ऑफ ऑडियो फीचर्स. Normally, if we want to classify based on the language, then in information retrieval timber feature, that is the first highlighted red portion, plays a very well. If we want to search it out based on the background music, then the second part plays a major role, that is a rhythmic based of the song. If we want to search it out based on the intensity part, that is the energy based song. Okay, अगर हमको किसी सॉन्ग को क्लासिफाई करना है जॉनर बेस में, लाइक ये सॉन्ग काम है, कूल है, क्लासिकल है, और ये सॉन्ग जो है उसकी इंटेंसिटी ज्यादा है, हम बोलते हैं ना नॉर्मल वर्ड में कि इसके इंटेंसिटी ज्यादा है, तो ईच एंड एवरी सॉन्ग इज कंटेनिंग दैट काइंड ऑफ इंटेंसिटी फीचर ऑल्सो. So what you have to do, you have to fetch it out the RMS or the fraction of the low energy window, and by this you can classify any song with the intensity feature. So this is a JAudio feature extractor tool. Normally, if you are familiar with the Java, then by clicking onto the double click, you need to run the jar file. If you are running the jar file, then it will open it out this window. This is basically a made, if you are final year semester students, you are familiar with the Swing or you are familiar with the applet. So this is a desktop based application of JAudio feature extractor, where you have to left it out, search it out the wave based song. Okay, हमारी MP3 फाइल को हमको वेव में कन्वर्ट करना है. हमें यहाँ से ऐड रिकॉर्डिंग्स के द्वारा हम कोई भी सॉन्ग यहाँ पे ऐड कर सकते हैं. Okay, and if you want to delete the recordings, there is a button called to be as a delete recording. Okay, now on the right hand side there are various audio features that are to be known, or you can read it out. That is a Cepstral centroid, Cepstral root means where zero crossing और MFCC, histogram भी दिया गया है. ये सारे फीचर्स हमको किसी भी सॉन्ग के अगर सर्च करने हैं तो वी हैव टू सिंपली check it out the checkbox that is been provided into the left hand side of the feature. Okay, next there is a window samples. In the window samples what we have to do, we have to separate out. अगर हमने बात की ना कि 4-5 मिनट का सॉन्ग है तो हम उनको क्लासिफाई करेंगे 16 पार्ट में. Okay, so here you have to provide the window size and that will be parted out into the samples of entire song. Another thing, that is a window overlap fraction. What is that? It is a noise reduction formula. अगर हम किसी सॉन्ग को सुनेंगे तो वहां पे हमें बैकग्राउंड में थोड़ा थोड़ा नॉइज जो है वो हमको दिखाई देगा और हमको सुनाई देगा. ओके, अगर हम भी बात करें तो यहाँ पे विंडो की आवाज आएगी, फैन की आवाज आएगी. हम बोलते हैं ना टेक्निकल ग्लिच हो गया, तो साउंड में भी ऐसे टेक्निकल ग्लिच होते हैं. If we want to remove this kind of a fraction part, then we have to select the window overlapping. What it will do? It will search 1 second prior and 1 second after. It will overlap that song with that fraction part or whichever the part is containing a noise. So this way a noise will be removed. Okay. Next is a kHz. हर्ट्स में हमको फ्रीक्वेंसी सैंपल रेट को दोहराना है. यहाँ पे हम 16 normally part लेते हैं. Next, wherever you want to save this kind of a features, that path you have to provide and that the definition part you have to provide. That will be in the formation of XML, that is a extended markup language, because this XML is very well useful when you want to transmit any language kind of a song. अगर हम किसी सॉन्ग को बात करें गुजराती में तो उनका वर्डिंग ही गुजराती में रहेगा, लेकिन बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक उनका कई तरह के तबला, गिटार, ऐसे हम बात करें तो म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट में ज्यादा फर्क नहीं होता है, लेकिन लैंग्वेज डिटेक्शन में ज्यादा फर्क आता है. अगर मैं बोलूं हिंदी में, and if I say a speaking into the English, then my intensity voice, the words that I am providing to you will be definitely a change. Okay, सो XML फाइल अगर हम प्रोवाइड करेंगे तो आपके द्वारा प्रोवाइड की हुई ये XML फाइल कहीं पे भी ट्रांसमिट करेंगे तो कन्वर्जन में कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं आएगी. ओके, नॉर्मली आप क्रॉस लैंग्वेज कन्वर्जन करेंगे. गूगल भी क्या करता है, अगर हम प्रोवाइड करें किसी वेबसाइट को इंग्लिश में एंड इफ वी आर जस्ट क्लिकिंग इनटू द ट्रांसलेट, सो व्हाट इट विल डू, इट विल फेच इट आउट द वर्ड्स लाइक इज, तो हम गुजराती में कहेंगे छे, right? So that will be a translated word that XML is providing. So if we are saving our features into XML file, then it will be beneficial for us into the future perspective. Okay, now how you will implement this thing? You will implement this metadata extraction procedure by using the Apache Tika server jar file and the method that is to be called as a media type detect. What we have to do, we have to provide an input string that will be containing a song's name or song's location. And second thing, as a parameter, we have to give you as metadata. So artist, genre, even though kind of a lyrics, if we are searching, अगर हम देखेंगे ना, Apache Tika providing you a very well familiarity not only with the audio, but with the PDF also, HTML also, FDO parser also. If you want to search a metadata, if we want to extract the metadata of the PDF file, यानी कि ये PDF में पासवर्ड कौन सा दिया गया है, ये PDF किस एप्लीकेशन और किस ऑथर के द्वारा बनाई गई हुई है, ये PDF कौन सी डेट में बनाई गई हुई है, ये ऑथर की साइज क्या है, ये PDF की साइज क्या है, ये सारी चीज हम पार्सिंग के द्वारा जान सकेंगे. So what we have to do, we simply have to use this Apache Tika, that is a jar file. We need to implement into our Java program, and with the using of this package, you can search this very well metadata information of any song. Okay, so this is an example. Say for example, this is a audio player that is available into my Apple Mac, and that is the music. So if you are clicking onto the right click of the song, like this is a Swag Se Swagat, I have downloaded this mp3 file from mp3yard.com. Okay, So by right clicking and properties, in Windows you will see right click and properties. Okay, any file. In Apple there will be a get info. If you are right clicking onto the file and you are clicking on the get info, then you will see this kind of a thing. What it will do, it will provide you a basic whole details of any song or whole details of any file. Even though if you see this is an album picture, this is also a metadata. You can also replace this thing with another thing. नॉर्मली हम बात करें तो क्या करते हैं कई वेबसाइट के लोग, ये उनको कॉपीराइट नहीं होता है ना, तो वो लोग करते हैं ये पोस्टर और उनके द्वारा उनको एम्बेड कर देते हैं उनके नाम से. लाइक सॉन्ग्स पीके वाज वेरी वेरी पॉपुलर अर्लियर डेज. सो उनमें क्या होता है कि वो मेटाडेटा की जो एल्बम इमेज होती है उनमें वो लोग एम्बेड कर देते हैं ये उनकी वेबसाइट का नाम song.pk. यानी कि उससे द्वारा क्या होगा, उसकी पॉपुलैरिटी, उसकी एडवर्टाइजमेंट बढ़ेगी. अगर हम किसी ये सॉन्ग को किसी को दे देते हैं, जेंडर के द्वारा दे देते हैं, किसी को भेज देते हैं टेलीग्राम के द्वारा, तो उनकी पॉपुलैरिटी इस वे पे ज्यादा हो जाएगी. दैट मार्केट इज नोन एज एडवर्सेशियल इंफॉर्मेशन रिट्राइवल, राइट. यानी कि हम किसी की एडवर्टाइजमेंट के द्वारा हम देखेंगे कि ये चीज पॉपुलर है. ओके, नाउ कमिंग बैक टू दिस थिंग, like if you are clicking in the get info information, then you will see details, artwork, lyrics, options, shorting and file. Okay, let me show you in one example of another song. Okay, normally this is a one image. So if I am clicking onto the right click and then will show a get info. Okay, so what it will do, it will provide me all the information of my JPG file. Okay, in this JPEG image, even though size, where it has been stored, where it has been created, where it has been modified, its dimension, even though some of the things are providing a preview, a major kind of a thing, also that is providing some kind of a landscape information, यानी कि ये इमेज हमने किस कैमरे के द्वारा कैप्चर की गई हुई है, वैसे भी सारी चीज हमको मिलेगी. Okay, so this way a thing will be happen. Okay, suppose I am finding another song, right click, get info. Okay, so this
on
will
it,
provide me a
looking
thing,
for Camilla.
that will be providing me the information about my another song. Okay, so this you can see, this is not a current image of a Indu Ki Jawani movie, right? That will be of another thing. But what they have do, that they have combined this whole 4 pictures into the one thing for particularly a one song. Okay, so this is a thing that to be known as a preview image of artwork of any song. Okay, right? Now another thing will be a title. Title is very well known. हम सभी सॉन्ग को टाइटल के द्वारा ही उनको जानते हैं कि ये दिल तेरा सॉन्ग है, ये जवानी है दीवानी सॉन्ग है. सेकेंड थिंग विल बी अ मोस्ट पॉपुलर इज आर्टिस्ट. Artist will be a singer's name that song has been sung by this person, that Vishal Dadlani and Neha Bhasin has sung this song. Okay, third thing will be a album. That will be a Tiger Zinda Hai, because the movie is of this song is Tiger Zinda Hai. Then also album artist, composer, even though genres are also providing, not all songs or not all websites are providing. This is embedded by a human. Even though you can change this thing also. Okay, जेनर को आप जॉनर को आप अपने द्वारा भी चेंज कर सकते हैं. अगर हमको किसी चीज में कंफ्यूजन करना है कि ये सॉन्ग है ना रोमांटिक सॉन्ग है, तो हम लोग क्या कर डालेंगे, ये जैज सॉन्ग को रोमांटिक सॉन्ग में कन्वर्ट कर डालेंगे और उसको MP3 की ID3 जो मेटा डेटा है वो चेंज कर डालेंगे. ओके, तो ह्यूमन को क्या लगेगा कि ये सॉन्ग तो रोमांटिक है, अगर किसी भी चीज में वो प्ले करेंगे तो उनको कंफ्यूजन रहेगा. ओके, सो इसके द्वारा इसकी मेटा डेटा को हम चेंज करेंगे, इससे दिक्कत भी ये आ सकती है कि कंफ्यूजन भी हो सकता है. अगर ह्यूमन बेस्ड थिंग होगी तो। अगर मशीन के द्वारा ये सभी चीज कंपाइल्ड होएंगी तो उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, ओके, बिकॉज मशीन इज अ वन थिंग दैट विल बी न्यूट्रल टू एवरीवेयर। मशीन अगर किसी चीज को हे गूगल के द्वारा समझेगा तो वो हे गूगल के द्वारा ही समझेगा, वो नहीं समझेगा कि हे दर्शिता के द्वारा, ओके। So a machine compatibility with the MIR nowadays are growing a very well growth in a positive way because machine detects all things on a neutral base. Okay. Another thing will be a lyrics, options, shorting, and file. This all metadata you can fetch it out using this way. Okay. So how it will be do? We will see. First of all, what you have to do? You have to do a programming. With that, I have run this program, and you can see over here whatever all metadata that is compiled by Java program I can get. Even though artist name, audio composer, that audio compressor means the file name. Like MP3 file is that is a wave file, that is another thing of file. Okay. Even the audio channel type you can listen, stereo way, from which website it has been downloaded, from which audio sample rate it is. Also, channels are there. Like left hand ear में हम लोग सुनते हैं, वो right hand ear में नहीं सुनते हैं. Okay, you heard it out very well. 3D audio, 8D audio songs. Okay, so उनमें क्या होता है कि ये ऑडियो को भी वो लोग 3 डायमेंशन व्यू प्रोवाइड करते हैं, यानी कि हम दाएं कान में जो सुनते हैं वो बाएं कान में नहीं सुन सकते, बाएं कान में जो सुनेंगे वो दाएं कान में नहीं सुन सकते. ऐसी भी चीज मार्केट में आ रही है. अगर आपको स्टूडेंट सर्च करना है तो सिंपली सर्च इन यूट्यूब 3D ऑडियो ऑफ स्वैग से स्वागत and listen with your earphone. You will assumably see the difference from you listening to a normal song and listening to 3D or HD based audio songs. Okay, now we will do a programming. Okay, so I am basically using NetBeans IDE for my Java compilation. You can use this command line audio based tool from your side also. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to simply import this all packages that is been required, majority from the Apache Tika. Okay, left hand side you see libraries. What you have to do for importation process, right click on libraries, then add jar. You can download from any website or from the jar files. I will also provide you this material for your future reference also. Now inside the main file, what you have to do, you have to include this file. Okay, say for example I have given this absolute path information of Sexe Swagat mp3 song into my file input as an input string. Okay, that I have highlighted. Next thing will be a metadata information, that I have to import a class that is to be known as a metadata. With that, an object has been created of its self name. Next thing is that we have to parse this entire audio file. So we have to create an object of parse context. Okay. Another thing will be a mp3 parsers object. And next we have to provide this input stream parser with the handler. Okay, so handler will do what? It will handle this song, it will source it out, it will listen to this song. Means हम लोग नहीं सुनेंगे, लेकिन मशीन जो है वो ये सॉन्ग को entirely parse करेगा. Okay, so if entirely parse this song has been done, then inside that parse method the all metadata will be fetch it out. Okay, and if we want to print it out this thing, then you are familiar with the Java, then you know system.out.println, then contents of document. Inside that, what you have to do, handler.toString. So whatever the metadata is been found, it will be converted into the string data type and it will be printed inside this thing. Okay, so a for loop will I have used for each loop, so it will print it out all the metadata. For this, you need to require an internet connection very well. Okay, so I am right clicking onto the file, Then I will simply do a run file. Inside the run, you will see a output of this song. Okay. So Swag Se Swagat's songs entire metadata information that we will get, that author name, this and this thing, audio sample rate, whatever the files or whatever the data which has been null, means that information is not embedded into that song, that will be not fetch it out, or that will be resulted as a null value. Okay. We will see another example of a song. Suppose let it be okay. Suppose this is a Hum Tum song. What I have to do? I have to just provide the name of this song. Okay. From get info, from Windows, you can read from the properties type. Okay. Right click, last option will be a properties inside window. Okay. In Apple, that is a Mac. So this will provide a get info. Okay. So I am compiling this file. Okay. So see, here what happens that Hum Tum song is that no such file has been found. So it will throw you an exception like file not found exception. Okay. Because what we have done, we have provided a directly name of that song. Okay. Let me search by another way. This is only an MP3 parser, okay? If you want to compile any JPG or image file, then you have to use JPEG parser. Okay, you can see that Indu Ki Jawani movie has been released in 2020. So this metadata information is providing a much better than that Swag Se Swagat, because if you know that that song is earlier been released in year of 2017, but nowadays the songs with the compatibility of major informations are being provided. So I have enlarged this thing. Yes, you can see, even though genre is been provided, that genre is Bollywood. The composer is Rochak Kohli. Album name, even though year is been provided, that is a 2020. Okay, a much more better information is been provided year by year. Okay, but if you find the metadata of 90s or 80s songs, then that will be a lesser than this one, definitely, because in that kind of thing no digitization was available. A radio based song most probably was there. Okay, so in this way, by using this mp3 composer or mp3 parser, you can search this metadata information from anywhere. Okay, I hope you get this information very well. And this is a very small program. You can do by itself yourself also. Now, another thing in the MIR is about the keyword based searching. Okay. So if I am searching Ye Dosti Hum Nahi song MP3. Okay. So definitely you will get the song from the Sholay movie. Okay. But if I want to search the stanza or the earlier part or in between part of the song, suppose I am searching Teri Jeet Meri Jeet Teri Har Meri Har. Okay, so I will get another song definitely. Okay, because Google is doing, if I am not blaming to the Google, but the search engine is doing title based searching. Okay, see here it will suggest you that thing. But if you are seeing the results, then there will be a no, ye dosti hum nahi todenge. Okay, whatever the word that is been available as like teri jeet meri jeet into that title, then that will be fetch it out very well. Okay, so that way a drawback, or we can say a drawback of the search engine is been done. So my research is in this way, that how you will find it out in between of words songs, so you will get a correct one song. Okay, right. So this is a keyword based searching that normally any kind of any music player is doing. You can search into your YouTube also. Okay, in any application, you will definitely get this title based indexing result, because उनका indexing algorithm जो है वो title based और metadata के base पे searching करता है, अंदर नहीं जाता, अंदर के कंटेंट के बेस पे सर्चिंग नहीं करता. बट इफ यू वांट टू सर्च इट आउट बाय दिस वे, देन व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, you have to find it out the lyrics of the song. Now, how does the lyrics plays in any MIR field? Particularly if we are talking about Hindi songs lyrics, then 71% of the music sales in India is by Hindi songs. गुजराती की, बंगाली लैंग्वेज की पॉपुलैरिटी इतनी ज्यादा नहीं है जितनी हिंदी लैंग्वेज की है, बिकॉज वी आर वेरी वेल कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड विद द बॉलीवुड सॉन्ग्स. ओके, हम लोग ज्यादातर अपनी मातृभाषा के सॉन्ग्स भी नहीं सुनते हैं, हम सभी पे बॉलीवुड सॉन्ग्स भी सुनते हैं, बिकॉज इनहेरिटेडली दिस अ फिनोमिनन, this Indian film industry is overruled by us. Okay, second thing is that 41% of the Indian population is being its native speakers. यानी कि क्या होता है, हम लोग जो भी सॉन्ग सुनते हैं उनमें 100% में 41% ऑफ द सॉन्ग जो होता है ना वो गुजराती में ट्रांसलेट, बिकॉज वी आर वेरी वेल गुजराती पीपल. सो गुजराती पीपल जो है वो 41% के ज्यादातर सर्वे के हिसाब से सॉन्ग्स सुनते हैं. 71% जो है वो हम ये सभी चीजें 100 की मेजर्स में लेना, ठीक है. 100% आउट ऑफ 71% जो है वो हम बॉलीवुड सुनते हैं. 100 के दायरे में अगर हम बात करें, 100 के दायरे में अगर हम बात करें तो 41% जो है वो गुजराती सुनते हैं, राइट. थर्ड थिंग इज दैट lyrics data are dissimilar with the other regular texts as it does not allow a strict grammar. अगर हम सुनेंगे किसी चीज की सॉन्ग्स, उनमें लिरिक्स का हम देखेंगे ना तो इस तरह के ग्रामेटिकल वर्ड्स की स्ट्रिक्ट ग्रामेटिकल रूल्स नहीं होंगी, उनमें वेरिएशन होएगा. यप, ये, ना, नहीं, ऐसी ऐसी बातें कई तरह की होंगी जो उनको स्ट्रिक्ट ग्रामर रूल के द्वारा नहीं की जाती है. ऑल्सो the amount of textual information available into lyrics are lesser than the any article or the research paper. Nowadays, if you are seeing any song like Manma Emotion Jage, this is from movie Dilwale, right? You see, this is a Bollywood movie. You see, this is a Hindi-based movie, but still you are seeing that Manma Emotion Jage. So it is not entirely a Hindi thing. It is having a combination with the English. If you are seeing Pani Da Rang, so da is not any kind of a Hindi word. It is a Punjabi word. So पंजाबियत की फ्लेवर जो है अगर हम देखेंगे किसी भी सॉन्ग में आ जाती है नॉर्मली, यानी कि लोकलाइजेशन. लाइक इफ यू सी अ पीकू's मूवी सॉन्ग्स, so you will very well know or very well attach with them that this is a Bengali kind of a local flavor. Okay, you listen to Piku songs. If you are listening to any Kahani movies or songs, which is very well good a role play by Vidya Balan, then you will listen that some of the songs or some of the words into entire songs is in the form of Bengali. Okay, if you see Chennai Express Titli song, then starting stanza was in the Telugu wordings. Okay, even though if you are going into the another thing or past, like past में भी क्या होता है कि दो लफ्जों की कहानी, then startings में जो अमिताभ बच्चन बोलता है ना वो अलग तरह की होती है, अलग तरह की रोमनाइज्ड स्क्रिप्ट होती है उसमें. सो ऐसी कई तरह की हिंदी वेरिएशंस में भी लिरिक्स का इन्वॉल्वमेंट आता है, और ये कई सारे चीज सेंटिमेंटल के द्वारा बनती है, जो हमें रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड में कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ क्रॉस लैंग्वेज के द्वारा रिसर्च के ओरिएंटेड पे संभवतः सेंटिमेंटल पोलैरिटी के द्वारा सूचित की जाती है। सो इनमें क्या होएगा, एक्सप्रेसिवनेस ज्यादातर की रहेगी। लाइक हिंदी सॉन्ग्स की बात करें, इफ यू familiar with the sound of rain falling, so if I am speaking rim jim, then you will see the rain falling is there. Okay, if I am just saying jill mill, then inside your mind there will be a picture of shining. Okay, then there is a word that is to be known as a dhak dhak, then definitely you will relate this word with the heartbeat. You will never relate with the tabla beat. Okay, if you are saying tupur tupur, then it will be a rain falling. That will be a not any kind of a bacha is crying, that tupur tupur bacha is crying, not. But you will definitely pictorialize in your mind that rain is falling. Okay, if I am saying janana janana, then it will be a songs or sound of a food anklet. Food anklets will be there, because झांझर की आवाज जनन जनन नहीं होती है, वायलेस थंडर की आवाज घनन घनन नहीं होती है. Even though you heard this song from the movie Lagan of the Amir Khan, that ghanana ghanana, they are requesting to a thunder that play. Then this way the expressiveness is happening into our Bollywood songs. Okay. Also there is a prosaic word or a local flavor plays a majority role into any kind of a movie or any kind of a song. Okay, if I am taking an example of Malhari, that was from the movie Bajirao Mastani, then that words are like this way, lyrics are like this way: bajne de dharak dharak, dhol tashe dharak dharak. So dharak dharak is not any kind of a Hindi word or English word, but that is an expressiveness of what a dholak, a drums ringing into the expressiveness of the dharak dharak. Then there is a thing bhandara, chidak chidak malhari. Malhari is a very well local word of the Lord Shiva. Okay, so it is a Malhari word that has been called to be as a Lord Shiva in the Marathi language, and bhandara is related to the turmeric. हल्दी की बात कर रहे हो उसमें. If you see Ranveer Singh is throwing out the haldi everywhere, so that is what a bhandara word. Okay, so this way a lyrics plays or lyrics dance expression is also happening, like Chandigarh mein, so they will localize with the word with the Chandigarh mein. If you seen the Veer Zaras mere desh mein, rang de basanti. Okay, this kind of a local flavor, this kind of a prosaic words are played very well into our Hindi or Indian filmy songs. So if we want to translate anything into this way, or if we want to do a research based on this way, so this kind of literature is very well required in this field of MIR. Because a part of speech taking, if I am saying, then noun, pronoun, verb, conjunction, preposition, adjectives in our English word, in our day-to-day speaking word, plays a very well important role into the lyrics also. Okay, this thing can be implemented by using a JSOUP library, that is a purely a Java library that dealt with the real world HTML files, and it is very well convenient API that is providing you application platform interface where you can manipulate data using DOM, that is to be known as a document object model, with the CSS also and with the jQuery also. Okay, I am taking you one example of one of the popular thing that is to be known as a Hindi Geet Mala. See, this is a website that is providing you a very well data, but not provided you a large database. Like if you want to do anything, then you will require a large database. So for that, you have to build this by using a crawler. Okay, you see here, this is, I have searched this Swag Se Swagat, so you will get entirely this all songs information. Okay, with the lyrics too. See, you see here, starting words are in English. Hey, listen close what I gotta say. See, gotta is what? A kind of a word that has been not familiar with our Hindi. But in English, if you see got, then it उनका मतलब कई तरह पे होता है. Okay? Because you know no other way. Love is the message. This kind of a stanza is been started with the swag se swagat. Now this happens with the Hindi words. इश्क से आगे कुछ नहीं इश्क से बेहतर कुछ नहीं. You see very well repetitions are there into our Hindi. So this kind of a thing can be removed, or that part of thing can be removed by using POS tagging. That is to be known as a part of speech tagging, right? See, swag से करेंगे सबका स्वागत. Swag is not a Hindi dictionary or English dictionary word. Swag is some kind of a word that has been combined with our thing that nowadays is having some kind of a swag, some kind of a popular word that we are nowadays using into social media, and that has been accepted into Oxford Dictionary afterwards. So by these words are also happening into our lyrics nowadays. Okay, so इनको फैच करने के लिए हमको JSOUP की लाइब्रेरी का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करना पड़ेगा. ये हम किसके द्वारा करेंगे? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू नीड टू प्रोवाइड अ सर्चिंग, जैसे हम गूगल में प्रोवाइड करते हैं ना सर्च की, ऐसे ही हमको ये URL में सर्च की वैल्यू की जगह पे स्वैग से स्वागत वर्ड को हमको देना पड़ेगा. ओके, देन आफ्टर इट विल एस्टैब्लिश अ कनेक्शन विद दिस URL. Then this entire website will be entitled as a document. And then after, if you want to get this thing, like if I want this lyrics part only, then you have to inspect this thing. Okay, inside inspection you will see various things, various HTML file you can see. Now from that, what you have to do, you have to fetch that class, or you have to fetch that item proportion. That is a public thing that you can browse. That if I want to get this thing, if I want a rating of this song, then I have to fetch it out aggregate rating. But if I want this fetch of this lyrics, then what I have to do, I have to get it from as a TID tag that is will available into the href. That is a hyperlink reference. Now what it will do, it will fetch it out all child nodes of this href value, and it will prepare a new URL which is containing the lyrics of that song. Okay, and inside this lyrics.add file you can get the whole things. Okay, and lastly I have printed this lyrics of this song. Okay, so I am just running this crawler file. For that, compulsorily you required internet connection, because it has been established a connection with this thing. See, just within 6 seconds, you get the entire song's lyrics into a one file. Okay, see, first of all the URL will be prepared, then after you will get entire lyrics of the song. Okay, see, if I want to get any another song's name, then what I have to do, I just have to pass the title or the any word of that song. If I want to search Zingat, okay, so I am running this file, and you will see Zingat from the Dhadak movies song. Okay, see, jing 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 Zingat, right? This way happens, and this is our Hindi lyrics are been done. This is a field of music information retrieval which is having research plus entertainment plus application, that nowadays a human is been dealt with that. Okay, so this way you can fetch the lyrics of the song with using this crawler and JSOUP libraries. Now this MIR fields, that is our last portion, that dealt with the various fold major place, that digital signal processing, that deals with the electrical engineers. Another part, that is the text mining, that is our field, that is a computer engineer or information technology. Third thing is that image processing also. By just seeing an album of any movies. See, I have shown you the example that Tiger Zinda hai. By this picture or by this image, just you can visualize that this movie will be a some kind of having action drama thing. Okay, you can very well similar with the action drama thing. I have shown you another where there was another movie by that album. If I say Bahubali, then from the pictorial representation, you know that kind of an ancient thing will be there in this movie. Okay, so image processing is also dealt with the MIR field. And lastly, that is very well popularly nowadays, that is artificial intelligence. Even though you are saying to robot that, hey Siri, play some music, hey Siri, do this thing. See, my Siri has answered me. So this kind of a thing artificial intelligence is doing nowadays. Okay. So if you are having any kind of a queries related to this small portion of this lyrics retrieval or the MP3 parser, you can fetch or you can write it into your chat box and I will answer. So Amir sir, if we are having any kind of a questions, I am ready with that. We are having couple of minutes left for that.
No, ma'am. What an interesting and challenging topic this is.
Yes,
After the adversarial deep neural network topic, I see
yes,
this topic very interesting.
yes, sir. And this is some kind of an entertainment field that
Yes, yes. This is the benefit.
students will not get bored out of that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So this is your research work in PhD.
Yes, yes. This is some kind of a part of my master's work, and now I am doing the classifications of the songs by using lyricist also. बिकॉज अगर हम सुनेंगे गुलजार के सॉन्ग तो वो पर्टिकुलर एक जोनर के टाइप पे होंगे. अगर हम
Yes,
सुनेंगे
yes.
सबू के सॉन्ग, इरशाद कामिल के सॉन्ग, सो उनके द्वारा मैं जो है वो रिसर्च कर रही हूँ. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द मेजर चैलेंजिंग पार्ट वाज दैट डेटाबेस कोई नहीं है इसका.
Yes,
सॉन्ग्स हमको मिल जाते हैं लेकिन डेटाबेस एंटायरली लिरिक्स का नहीं है. सो आई हैव मेड दिस, if I want to show you, then this is an entire database that I have made that is having 5,000 songs.
Oh,
This whole thing will be crawled using these libraries, and also genres are also been classified because अगर मेरा मूड अच्छा है तो मैं इन सॉन्ग को अगर किसी भी चीज में डाल दूंगी. अगर मेरी जगह पे कोई दूसरा बंदा आएगा तो वो सेम सॉन्ग को किसी और जॉनर में डालेगा. So this kind of a psychological words are also happening in the field of MIR. Yes.
yes. So if
Yes,
you are
sir.
connecting your topic with deep neural network, so it's very beneficial for you
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
because
Definitely.
you.
So
Okay,
I
thank you,
hope.
ma'am. Your presentation was so incredible. I deeply appreciate the wonderful presentation you made, ma'am. The
Thank you so
clear
much,
and
sir.
very effective way in which you presented your presentations. So please
Yes, sir.
accept our heartiest congratulations and sincerest thanks for the great presentation you effortlessly deliver at this webinar. We greatly appreciate it, man. We greatly
Thank you
appreciate it.
so much, Amir sir, for providing me a nice platform and introduce one entertainment plus research-oriented topic to your students. I very well thankful to Parul University's technical team, PU webinars team, and Amir sir for providing this opportunity. Thank you so much, sir. Have a
Thank you.
nice
Thank you
day.
so much, man. Have a nice day,
Yes,
ma'am. Have a
yes,
nice
sir.
day.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.